If you could have any wild animal as a pet, what animal would you choose?
A raccoon.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I follow a bunch of them on Instagram. Like they seem like they're pretty fun.
Is there anybody there?
Well, hello, you beautiful people. You are welcome to another episode of the Dad Eye Chronicles podcast. This week, Val and I, we finished our conversation with Randy, the ballpark food guy. Listen, we go into what's more to do in Pittsburgh, okay? Pittsburgh's a beautiful city, okay? Pittsburgh Pirates, and that's it. I can't name the other teams. I don't know what other teams they have. I really don't. I don't understand this. Anyways, listen, like I said, we go into the other teams, the other sports, as well as what else is there to do in that city, as well as finally my famous, not so famous questions. Guys, make sure you guys are following him on Instagram. He is putting some great content out there. Make sure you guys are following Val, Stadium Food Girl, myself, Ed, the Dad Eye Chronicles. We're always putting content out there, guys, okay? But without further ado, I'll give you the episode.
As far as the really special places, I have a friend that has a cocktail bar downtown that's walkable from PNC Park. That's called the Warren. I really love that place. They also have a late night menu. Late night menus are hard to find in Pittsburgh. That's one of the things I would say. The Warren has a late night menu. There's a place not too far from there called Bakersfield. They have a late-ish menu. The Capitol Grill is actually a pretty great place before or after games, surprisingly. Tequila Cowboy down the street is fun if you want to get thrown out by one of the bouncers fast. No, it's a Western themed bar that has the bull in there you can ride.
Oh, nice.
I've not been thrown out of there, but I've watched other people get thrown out.
Well, now I know.
Yeah.
Earlier you said the Renegade Dog, and you
Yes.
posted an awesome video on your Instagram remaking that Renegade Dog, and
Yeah.
you were able to find all the ingredients for this Pittsburgh-style dog despite living in LA, correct?
I was. Yeah. So
And the pierogies, which I've never tried.
I did. And like pierogies are really, I mean, it's funny because like if you're not in an area that has a lot of Polish people, you might not have them. But look, I was able to find them in a very not Polish area of LA. And like the Mrs. T's pierogies stretch really far.
God, pierogies.
They're dumplings.
But so much better though, man. I'm sorry. I'm a dumplings guy too, but like, man, a good pierogi.
They've got
you get 'em
mashed potatoes, right?
You could
potato
fill them
beans?
with sauerkraut, mashed potatoes.
okay.
I mean, they fill them with like, there's cheese pierogies. There's the pierogies that run in the race, jalapeno pierogies. There's sauerkraut, salt, Oliver.
But you can also have the sauerkraut on the side too, which makes it even better. Oh,
I had a bacon. There's one that's a stuffed, a loaded baked potato pierogi that they have here that I've been using. That's what I used on that. The only thing I didn't do was I had pot roast so many times as a kid growing up that I'm like, I'm not doing any more roast beef. So I found chopped ham, and then they do it with a very thin slicing method back home, and they call it chipped ham. And so I just tried to be very, very careful with how I sliced it and made it a little thinner, and then added some Heinz 57 barbecue sauce just to give it a little bit of flavor. And that was my version of that, which, they were both really good. I just think that at first I was like, I don't know about pot roast, but it was really tender. I'll say that they did a really good job with that.
There's the more and more you keep talking, the more and more I was like, man, Pittsburgh and Cleveland are very similar cities when it comes to like the food scene.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like when it comes to football, they definitely don't like each other a lot of the time. You know what I mean? But like other than that, man, I'm like, yeah, it's very similar. And Pittsburgh is a beautiful city. I mean, I'll say that. Like, I mean, as someone from Cleveland, I'm like, man, that's a gorgeous city.
Yeah, it has its its perks. And I mean, Cleveland has, a lot of great things about it too. It's a little bit of a bigger city. There's a little bit more industry there. Just the same, like if I'm in Cleveland, I'm going to the Clevelander because like that's the bar food place that I'm going to go to that's right near the stadium there. And I think the one thing I'm really happy about with Pittsburgh is you have places like the North Shore Tavern, where there's, you're within walking distance. Because when I was growing up there, like it was sketchy. There were no restaurants.
There's some areas in Cleveland that you're like, man, I don't know if I want to go there right now, right?
Oh, there's some, where you're just like, oh, I don't know about anything like any place that they filmed A Christmas Story. I'm like, I don't know if we want to be here,
bro. Well, I keep telling that to people. It's like the Cleveland, the Christmas house. It's a cool house, but it's in the hood.
Oh yeah.
It really is.
A lot of those old houses, they seem to have that kind of a setup because Pittsburgh's North Side has tons of beautiful old mansions, but like there are certain streets I'll walk with my friends at night, and like certain ones that you want to stay a little bit distant from those.
Yep, pretty much.
There's the Andy Warhol Museum, which is within walking distance.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool. There's
quick question. This is going to be a silly question for those who have been to Pittsburgh. Are you allowed to walk on the bridge, or is it
yes.
Okay.
As long as it was closed for renovation for a little while. They shut it down on game day so that you can walk over like the actual roadway.
Oh, that's so cool.
Done it.
So that's,
and our hotel is on the other side of. So the stadium is not downtown, right? It's downtown Bridge Stadium.
It is downtown Bridge Stadium. So Pittsburgh and Allegheny City were once two different cities. It was not, the north side was not part of Pittsburgh at probably the turn of the century. And so they started building bridges. Now it's all part of the city. But are you staying at the Renaissance?
No, the Embassy.
Okay.
Which is next to,
it's right there. Yeah.
Isn't dog friendly, so
it's all right there. Very walkable. It does go like that, and then once you get over to that side, all the statues wheel around the stadium. So you have a couple of things. If you keep walking past like Southern Tier, the brewery there, and past all the bars and restaurants, Heinz Field is right there. Further beyond that, there's a casino.
Casino.
The casino, the River Casino is there. Yeah.
Vegas resident loves that.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many things like that they really did a lot with the North Side that they hadn't done before. There are merch stores now that there weren't before. And there's Shorty's, that's a duck bowling place with the little pins and the small bowling balls, and like they have a bar and some food service there. That's a fun spot.
I think we're in Pittsburgh for 4 days, so this is great.
Oh, you got plenty of things to do for that day.
There's Burgatory with the artisanal burgers. Burgatory is also delicious. I've eaten there so many times that I'm like, there's every once in a while I'm like, we'll save this for the next trip. But they do these jalapeno bacon cheddar fries that are off the menu that they used to get there. I managed one like as a supervisor when I was at the arena. And I was like the Aramark supervisor there. But these fries, every night I was like, can I get a few of these? Like, just give me half. Yeah.
That sounds so good. Jalapeno. Oh my God.
Yeah. They're a little spicy. They'll catch up to you every once in a while because they put jalapeno oil on them. But
okay. As you already know, you start eating a lot of spicy food, and us, bold folks, you start glistening. So you'll see it.
I'll sweat just thinking about it.
I know.
And I mean, a couple of other places that I love. Pittsburgh has a couple of great bakeries. There's the Oakmont Bakery, which is definitely an Uber ride away, but they have like a small cafe area, and then every baked good you could think of. Their donuts are really good. The cookies are freaking phenomenal. They've got all the pastries and torts and cakes that you could want.
What is it?
And then it's called the Oakmont Bakery.
Oakmont Bakery. Okay.
There's also Prantle's, which is a bakery. They're not open on Mondays, I learned. But they do a burnt almond tort, and they do cookies and little pastries again. And I mean, that burnt almond tort it's the size of a small cake, but this thing is so freaking phenomenal. I mean, I've had it put in a milkshake before at another place, and it is phenomenal.
So for the people that are listening, if you ever want to go to Pittsburgh, now you know where to go eat and where to go hang out.
Yep.
Because my man just gave us like
an itinerary.
For real.
Like the one thing that's great about Pittsburgh, like we didn't even get into like the fine dining. You go to Shady Side and you want to go to an Italian restaurant that has a lot of very Tuscan style Italian. You go to Girasole. You know, I mean, there's so many different things. There's industry where they'll do the smoked whiskey cocktails, and then they've got a food menu that's just phenomenal. I mean, like a few different types of burgers, and they're like more exotic meats. I mean, buffalo fries, and like they do so many different things in Pittsburgh that
it's
like
a food city. I'm learning for the first time.
We don't have the same. We could never claim as good a food as Chicago because they are on a different level. But Pittsburgh does stuff, you know, it's a city where it's pretty cold, like starting at the beginning of October every year, and it starts to just get progressively colder. So like you gotta have comfort food there.
9 months out of the year, you're cold.
Right? You're not going there for tacos. You come to the Southwest to get tacos. You're going to Pittsburgh to get stuff carb heavy. Same with Cleveland. Like, you know, LA doesn't have an Italian food scene that's like the red checkered tablecloths. Like you're going to go to LA and you're going to pay like a lot more for premium Italian food. You're going to go to Pittsburgh and it's going to be someone's great grandfather's recipe.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's, you know,
that. I mean, he described it perfectly. You go to Cleveland, you're going to find these like, especially, and I'm sure you've gone through this, like, but these hole in the wall places.
Oh yeah.
That's where you're going to find the best food.
Oh yeah.
That, you know, the locals go to, and that's where it's like that's where you're going to get the good food right there.
Yeah.
At a good price too.
Yep. And I mean, you're looking at cities, you know, there's like little things that'll pop into my mind as I keep thinking about this. Because growing up, Pittsburgh had so much commercial food that, you know, a weekend meant like you were going to dinner at like a TGI Fridays or the Olive Garden. And we live in a different world now. And so I think, you know, when you embrace a lot of those local places, and the more I've gone downtown, you know, like for years that like the Cheesecake Factory was a new thing at one point, and the South Side had a lot of great restaurants, but the South Side at night can get a little bit dicey because, you know, it's all younger crowd and a lot of very, very busy bars. You know, as you move away, there's the milkshake factory that's down there, and that's a cool spot. You know, you've got the Square Cafe over in East Liberty that's really good, and Commerce that's a speakeasy in the alleyway. Those I love both of those. Trying to think if I'm gonna leave stuff off, but like
I can't wait to reference this episode. I just can't. I can't.
I know, right? I was like, she's gonna have it on. She's gonna say specifically this episode just because she's gonna go be in Pittsburgh. We're like, all right, hold on. He said
I'll be there.
Here.
I'm going back real quick to the smoke drink. He said, you know, like little things like that.
Smoke whiskey.
Yes.
Yep. Oh, we'll go. That's a good sput. It's
my
favorite.
Are you from Pittsburgh?
Well, I mean, it all depends. If I'm driving, that's, you know, you're looking at 8 hours because I'm in Raleigh, you know, but it's like, you know, flying, not that far.
No.
We're doing it, y'all.
Yeah.
When is it that you're going?
It's not until next May when the Padres are in town.
I'm okay with that. Yeah, we're cool. We cool.
Yeah.
Cinco de Mayo weekend.
Yeah, I mean, it's and again, you're going during a time that's not going to be super hot and it's not going to be cold, so you're going to be going through a perfect time of the year for
might get some rain.
That kind of area. Yeah,
not too bad. I mean, you have that's a really good time to go because usually either the Padres or Dodgers stop in right before June. So I mean, that's a pretty good. I think the Angels went there this year, so one of the Southern California teams usually go in May.
So what do you? So you know, obviously Pittsburgh will be your home. Like, but give me the stadium that like you know impressed you the most. That's not Pittsburgh.
Detroit. I really love Detroit.
Really?
Yeah. Let me think about this for half a second before that was my gut check.
So not Arlington.
Yeah, that just came out of nowhere. There was no hesitation there.
You know, I think part of it's because I was there during COVID and I loved how ornate the stadium was, but I didn't like the food offerings were COVID limited. So I mean, like I did love Arlington because I went to the Speakeasy. That's really cool. I do love Petco and what's the one in San Francisco called now? Is it AT&T or is it something else? Oracle. I love those. St. Louis is cool because they're building that ballpark village around there.
I think most ballparks nowadays are like that, right? Like, I mean, everybody's like building a whole town around the ballpark.
They are, and I think that that's going to be such a my long-term goal is I want to have a spot that's outside of the ballpark in Pittsburgh. That is my thing, adjacent to it. My grandfather had a restaurant that was down the street from Forbes Field where Clemente played. And he was there for 30 years, and the Pirates would come eat breakfast there and open fan mail and stuff. And, I would really love to do that. It was a simple breakfast and lunch spot that he ran for, his whole life. And I mean, it's what, enabled me to do some of the things that I was able to do. But I think, Detroit was probably in terms of the ballpark and how ornate it was, that's probably in like my top 3.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot. I keep going back to ballparks and like seeing new stuff every time I go. I have a renewed respect for Wrigley. Fenway's always been good to me. I've got people up there that have taken care of me, and I mean it's always a good time. There's a couple that need to put a little bit of work in where I'm like, all right, you play baseball here, right?
Well, I mean, that's the thing, though. Some ballparks will take it for granted.
Arlington does a good job of hitting you with the food, and Nolan Ryan's on like every wall, which is cool. We're like, there's
I'm okay with this.
Right? It's pretty. I mean, like, I'm good with Nolan Ryan being on every wall, and like, I mean, the food there. There were so many things to eat at Globe Life. I was like, there's no way I'm going to get this done.
When was your last time there?
That was 2 years ago.
No, that's so recent. I mean, I feel like that's recent because they've added a few things, but that's still, 2 years ago is not bad.
I didn't get to do was it Pluckers? Didn't get to do the Boomstick because I would have had to sit in the car afterwards there was like a 10-hour drive ahead of us. I was like, it's not going to work.
That would not been a good idea.
No. Cleveland's always a good time just because it's pretty close to Pittsburgh.
Yep. It's only 2 hours, really?
Yeah, that's it. Seattle has so many sandwiches in that ballpark. That's pretty great. I would say those are among my favorites. We'll see if any of the last 6 take my opinion away from that.
How many have you hit so far this year?
I have done not that many. I did Dodger Stadium a couple of times this year so far. I was home for a game in Pittsburgh, and I think I went to the Angels opener, and I've been very local this year. I've been trying to fit one in, but things just keep coming up. And so
work happens, man. Life happens.
Yeah. Some years I get a lot more in than others, and we'll see. Like September is rather long. I think if I don't get them done in the first 2 weeks, it takes a little longer because the next time that they all play is the last week of the season. So we'll see.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much what I'm understanding is I got to have you speed dial. So when I do go visit a ballpark, hey, what's up, man? What do I eat here?
Yep.
That's what we're going to do.
Definitely.
I mean, and Val too, I think that's
beauty.
Oh, you've been at 26. I'm only at half that number.
You've been to so many more minor leagues than I've been.
Yeah.
I think the beauty of it is I'm looking at it from a distinctly like a concessionaire's perspective of what part of the ballpark. Like, I love how much space there is in Colorado. I think that ballpark has really wide.
That's a beautiful ballpark. Yeah,
it is a beautiful ballpark. Concourses are really wide. I love how much food and merch is squeezed into Citi Field, and like Citi Field does have like probably the widest range of food that you can get. Their behind home plate seats are freaking ridiculous. A couple years ago, if you bought the ticket down there and like go see like the Diamondbacks or like whoever, go see the Marlins, like whoever the team is that's not gonna, Florida people will travel to New York, go see the Rockies. They give you a credit for everything other than alcohol. So you can go in and get any food in the ballpark you want, or you can use it for in-seat service. And they had like sushi and lobster rolls, and yeah, it's worth it. It's a little bit more expensive, but like pretty cool.
Val, now you know.
Now
you
I
know, Val.
know. I'm a huge Adam Richman fan. He was or still is on Man vs. Food, and he just opened up a stand at Citi Field, and I just want to go visit it so bad.
Oh yeah, that right field like pavilion area that they have there with oh my god, there are so many different concession stands and vendors set up in that area. It's a little overwhelming. I mean, they queue up and the lines are long. It's almost like Dodger Stadium lines on reserve. Yeah, it's worth it though. There's good stuff.
I'm telling you, man. Listen, what you need to do is like, I know that's your dream. Get yourself a food truck, go to Pittsburgh, and then just like, go to town there, man.
Right?
Because that's right there.
It helps having been. If you can run a concession stand, you can run a restaurant. You just really need to know. Like, you need to know your audience. But I mean, people love hot dogs, and I think beyond that, you do some fun things and twist the concept a little bit. It's
that's my thing. That's my thing to get at a ballpark is hot dogs. That's
right?
my thing.
It's pretty special. A good burger's good every once in a while, but
oh yeah,
Val finds cool stuff though. Val found this thing at the Aviator Stadium this year, the frozen cheesecake. I'm like, this is wild. Like,
yes. When the Brewers were there for a big league weekend, I think you tried the hot dog with cheese curds on it, the Milwaukee dog.
Oh, those were like
so.
I love when I go to a stadium, and like they did it at Dodger Stadium this past weekend. They did a Pittsburgh street dog, and that was like kind of cool because when I'd worked there, they would do a rotating specialty item in center field, and those get expensive because like specialty items, you're really not reusing those ingredients. So sometimes if their budget is down, then they'll pull back on that. But I mean, I have a small list of stuff to get at Dodger Stadium the next time I go because there were a bunch of like new things, especially on the first base line.
Fried PBJ, fire.
Fried PBJ. Where was that? Because I couldn't find that.
That is section 2, section 1. Section 1,
okay.
Section 2, so like that mid-level.
Okay, got it.
Right next to where they have the soju.
And like, okay. Oh, I passed right by there. That's Campy's. Okay, yeah. Cool.
I love how you guys are just like, yeah, that's right here. Like, I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
In her defense, I was just there Friday night, and so I was walking around trying to gather, like for my next trip there, what I wanted to eat ahead of time. Because like, you get there, you go out to center field, you take photos of it if you have some space. But yeah, I mean, this is what you have to share notes because like it's not a competition. We're all gonna get one.
Not at all.
Unless it's that Aaron Judge burger, then only 99 people are getting that one, and then the rest of
they took that away. It's
they
don't have a no. My friend Juicebox Jackie, she was just there for the Dodgers Yankees game, and there's no
really?
99 limit anymore.
Oh well.
But that was no offense. Like, listen, I'm not a Yankee fan at all, and never will be. But to have it like the 99, that's pretty cool, right? Like that's something that's special. Like only 99 burgers, and then off you go. So now you just made it a regular thing, and it's like it's lost its magic.
But it has the flag, so it's still cool.
Right. I mean that's cool. Right. I feel like as teams catch on to the idea of like limited food offerings, there will be some things that spring up. I've heard, rumblings of some things out of one of the AL Central teams with a very popular dessert item that might not make it past the All-Star game. But I'm like, well, maybe the team doesn't win enough and maybe they're going to keep that. But, I'd heard that in Pittsburgh that the dog wasn't going to make it past the All-Star game. But I'm like, well, it's kind of, they had limited it. It was everywhere at the start of the season from what I understood. And then it was just at the marketplace when I was there. So I don't know if it's still there. We'll see.
Have you tried the hot dog at the Guardians with the Froot Loops?
No, I've seen that one though. I'll have to check that out.
Put it on your list for next time.
right?
And it's wrapped
You know-
in bacon, and I think there's mac and cheese on it as well.
Correct.
Oh wow. You know,
Yeah, it's insane.
it's funny when they do this stuff. Did you see like there was a cotton candy item that somebody is doing? I think it's the Arizona Cardinals
Cardinals?
football team.
Yeah.
And
Cotton candy.
the guy that I
burrito.
worked, right? Like some of this, I don't know. I don't.
Like I was saying, I think it was like it was on our thread, Val, right? And Eric Profit from Earn for an Average, he goes like he showed it, and I'm like I literally said to him without even hesitating, I was like, I just got diabetes just looking at that thing.
Oh yeah.
Because of so much candy, so much sugar that's in that thing. I'm like,
I would do
will I try it? I mean, am I gonna buy the thing just to try it? I don't know.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But it's like it'll be kind of cool.
You know, like I don't know. I mean, some of that stuff. I'm like, I don't know if I could eat that much sugar and then
I
have
agree.
things, because the Erie Seawolves did that on a hot dog with nerds on top of it, and I'm like, that's just, I don't know.
Yeah, nerds though, like that's you can only have so much of it. Then you get sick, stomach. I'm like, oh,
Like drinking a pink lemonade. I don't know. It's not a good idea.
I haven't had a pink lemonade in a long time.
Right? It's probably good. I bet there's red 40 in that. I don't know. I don't even think about that. Like, I eat. There's a flaming hot stand at Dodger Stadium, and I'm like, I don't care how much red 40 are in these nachos. I'm eating all of them. Like,
Bro, flame. Yeah, I can't remember who made it, but there was someone who made a burrito, and then they put the flaming hot Cheetos on it inside, and I'm like, that's my ticket right there.
Right?
Like I will tear up some flaming hot Cheetos.
Oh yeah. Tastes better going in.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh yeah. You want to talk about like when your head starts to sweat? It's like, oh my god,
dude, for real, right?
Yeah.
You're like, my wife is like, honey, you're sweating. I'm like, I don't care.
Nope.
All right, Randy, are you ready, my friend?
Let's go.
Okay, so here I'm going to answer some random questions. Everybody has done it, but the one question that I ask everybody, and it's funny because you know, this is what you do, right, on your Instagram. But like, when you go to the ballpark, right, you're not taking your gimbal, you're just going to enjoy the game, right? You're enjoying the game,
Yep.
hanging out. What is your food and drink of choice?
It's just beer. If I'm not doing ballpark food guy, it's just beer.
Good man.
It's the food and the drink is beer.
Food and drink is beer.
Yeah, it's a barley
I like
sandwich.
it.
If I were not doing it, I'm probably gonna do like I'll do like a pretzel and maybe just a regular hot dog, nothing specialty, and I'll probably go for the classics. And I'll probably eat somewhere that's like at the Angel Stadium, like maybe a restaurant that's a little bit up, like in the Crow's Nest area, and get something there. You know, I'm probably, if I'm not doing ballpark food guy, I'm going to eat and I'm going to enjoy the food and just have the game be right next to me. That's probably how I would do that.
I like it. I like that.
Yeah.
All right. Pick one. Bungee jumping or skydiving?
Oh, shoot. Skydiving.
Good choice. I want to do both, but I don't know which one I would do first. I haven't decided yet. When you were in school, middle school or high school, what was your favorite school subject?
Talking. I would say probably social studies, history.
Oh, I'm a history buff. Love history. Love me some history.
Yeah.
Favorite cereal as a kid?
Lucky Charms.
That's a good one.
Just eat all the marshmallows, nothing else.
Yeah, for real, dude. Sugar Rush.
Yep.
If you could have any wild animal as a pet, what animal would you choose?
A raccoon.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I follow a bunch of them on Instagram. Like they seem like they're pretty fun. I bet they're not fun if you just walk up to them.
Yeah, then they'll eat your face. Yeah,
Right.
I got you. All right. So on that same tangent, then, what's your spirit animal?
A wolf.
I like it. I like
My
it.
name means wolf.
For real?
Yep.
Oh.
That's pretty badass.
Yep.
All right. You are a sports guy, right? Through and through. You like sports?
Yep.
All right. What sport would you consider be the most boring sport?
Golf.
Amen to that. If I want to take a good nap, golf it is.
Golf.
All right. What do you do when you're bored?
Watch golf. No. What do I do when I'm bored? I mean, in this day and age, it's probably a whole lot of doom scrolling. I look at hats. I'll tell you that's exactly what I do if I'm bored. I'm looking at hats. Yeah.
Amen to that, dog. Amen to that.
Yeah.
Have you ever re-gifted a gift?
Yeah, I've re-gifted a hat. Yeah. That I work for a network and I get gifts for working on TV shows. So sometimes I'll give the wrap gift to someone. Yeah.
Got it. Good man.
Yep.
All right. A couple more and then I'll get you out of here.
Yep.
Worst job you ever had?
Working in a talent agency mailroom.
Yowza.
Yep.
All right. Last movie you watched?
Backdraft.
Damn. That's a good one.
Backdraft. Yeah. That's great.
Kurt Russell right there, dog.
Yeah.
That's a good movie. All right. All right. And last but not least, favorite ice cream flavor?
Oh, I'm going to say, I would say it's probably like the vanilla with the little cherries in it.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's
good.
a plain one with the little maraschino cherries in it. Yeah. I don't know. That's very, very vanilla answer, but I always, it's the same as Lucky Charms. I'm not going to eat the ice cream. I'm going to eat the little cherries.
Sure. That's like that. Yeah. But that's good though. I like that.
Yeah.
Where can people find you, Randy? Give me your socials, dude.
I'm at Ballpark Food Guy on Instagram. I don't really do Twitter. I do have a TikTok. I think that one might be like at Food and Bev. We're just gonna go with the Instagram for right now. We'll figure the rest of it. But yeah, that's where you can find me.
Perfect, man. Thank you so much for doing this. I had a lot of fun. Definitely, if anybody wants to know about the city of Pittsburgh and where to go, hit this man up on Ballpark Food Guy on Instagram because he will not lead you astray. I'll tell you that, guys. Some good suggestions there.
Cool.
And then make sure you guys are following Stadium Food Girl, myself, the Dad Hat. We are on Instagram. We both have our YouTube channels. I'm on Twitter, but I don't really use it as much either anymore, to be honest with you. I'm more of Instagram and now Threads as well. So I started doing that.
Yeah.
So until next time, guys, again, make sure you guys are going to the ballpark, spend some money at the ballparks, buy some hats, definitely get some food, and support the minor leagues. We'll see you guys next week. Bye.
See ya.
This podcast is part of the Curved Brim Media Network. Here are some of the other members of Curved Brim Media.
Hi, this is Kelly Robinson, the Minor League Nerd. My YouTube channel explores the history of minor league baseball teams. More than just stats, we delve into team lineage, sharing stories from current franchises to obscure one-year wonders.
I'm Paul Caputo, and on the Baseball by Design podcast, I talk to minor league baseball teams, designers, and other super interesting people about what these minor league baseball logos mean, and I talk a little bit about ice cream helmets.
What's up, Bucketheads? I'm Anna DiTomaso, and each week on the Baseball Bucket List podcast, I speak with a different fan about their favorite baseball memories, what the game means to them, and what's left to check off on their baseball bucket list.
Hey everyone, it's Eric from the great state of Kansas.
This is Johnny from the New Orleans Baby Cakes Memorial Museum.
And we are the Earn Fun Average podcast,
where we talk to a variety of guests about their love of baseball and have fun doing it.
America, lower your standards.
Average is what we do best.
This is Patrick and Corey of BaseballMapper.com, and we have made an interactive map to help highlight all baseball teams from the majors down to collegiate summer leagues.
We want to bring you closer to baseball, so get on the site and find a team near you today. Hey guys, this is Patrick Larson from the Minor League Baseball Hat History Series, and in every episode I go through the history of minor league teams through my personal collection of hats. You can find me on Twitter at @PatLarson1. I hope you guys enjoy.
Learn more about Curve Brim Media at curvebrimmedia.com.